Look at this, motherfuckers. Finally got your fucking voice. So I looked on my comments about me showing the video of the little boy screaming and crying, which everyone knows that's a person, knows that wasn't a normal cry. And I got nasty comments on there, right? But see, little do you know is that me, as a good person, can throw out bait, whatever kind of bait I want, and then I catch you. So I threw out a little video about how I'm overprotective and how I can tell when I'm in a really bad scene or not. And that was a bad scene at Walmart. And then you motherfuckers took to defense to those drug ass, no good motherfucking people pushing around those kids that were crying. So fuck you. Fuck your mom. Fuck your grandparents. Fuck your future life. Like, this really got me riled up. Like, excuse me? Like, YouTube Live is for anyone and everyone. Every single person that wants to get on YouTube Live can get on YouTube Live. And guess what? We're pretty much free everywhere in every country to do a certain amount of things of what we want. So guess what? I'm going to leave your comments on there so that people can go back on the video where it says abuse, and then have a little fun with the two people that wanted to like ridicule me. Fuck them. Fuck them. You're making me prettier. Do you not realize that all your hate and all your mean words is only making me prettier? And you hate that. So just stop. Like, honest to God. I'm going to plug in my charger, so I'm going to have to resume. But I'm going to leave this on. Please don't nobody ever drink hot chocolate. Okay, I don't know what is in those cappuccino machines, but if you're constipated, go to the gas station and get you one of those powder drink cappuccinos because it'll help you poop. But if you're not constipated, like me, I would never get constipated because I don't just ever get constipated. I had to poop at like 2:30 in the morning, so I had to go to the gas station and poop. And I don't care. They must have been cleaning or something because the doors were open. I do not care. I pooped and then I left. So anyways, I'm going to plug my phone in, but I thought I would just do a special little thing on like, you guys have seen me vulnerable, you guys have seen me sad, you guys have seen me try and cheer myself up. You guys watched when I was trying to convince my kids to be around me. You saw me recording at their house where they live. So any video you wanted, you just saw me doing like random things. So I caught bad people on my page. Ah ha 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 ha. And I'm not even a cop. I don't care what you do with your fucking family. I feel sorry for you. I feel real fucking sorry for you because you're pathetic. You're a waste of oxygen. You're a waste of space. You're a waste of time. You make me nervous because of how reckless you are, and I have to look out for you instead of having a nice, peaceful day. So, yeah, fuck off. Get off my fucking page. Don't watch my fucking video because I don't care what you have to say. I'll hit the thumbs down. Maybe report you. Who knows? There's really even people out there that fucking care. But I might just hit that report button just for shits and giggles. Just for my own fun. Just see where it takes it. So fuck you. Don't ever fucking leave a nasty comment on a page ever fucking again. The bullying stops 3 days ago. Get it? Got it? Fucking good. Now, I was going to do a video about how I was a victim. And I'm no longer a victim anymore because I don't want to be one. And I'm getting myself out of here. I'm departing from my children because, as far as I'm concerned, if they haven't wised up now, I don't give a fuck what happens. So I'm done. I'm out. Peace, motherfuckers. Mom will only stand for so much, and then she's allowed to exit the situation. That's the way I feel. You want to turn my own children against me, then fuck you and fuck them. Simple. I didn't. So, anyways, I don't mean to be so heartless and like cruel and everything, but I was just thinking about all my stuff and like my future. And I don't want people looking at me and looking at the people I surround myself with and being like, ugh. Like, I totally don't want to be around her because of who she's around. Sorry, not my style. So, onward, forward, let's have a word. How this fucked up world got its word. Yeah, just thrive on it. They thrive on fuckery. They want it to happen. Once you step foot inside a home that you realize is how this whole country is run, you will never ever look at anything the same. Dude, I had people that were fucking rich throwing fucking trash on the ground like I was supposed to pick it up in a mean way, throwing it at the ground at me in a mean way, treating me like a slave. And they were bad masters. So once you kind of been in a house like that, you kind of get the gist of what's going on. And yeah. So anyways, as I look around and I think to myself, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I am going to worry. I am going to be on edge until I get to a proper environment for myself. So I've already just decided that this is got to go. And I'm impressed. I can't believe I stuck around for as long as I did. I kind of feel stupid. It's like that mom that is like, that's the thing. I didn't have my kids so I could have somebody to love me. I really didn't give a fuck about love. Psst, don't tell anyone. So basically, I had the kids for each other. But of course I wanted the best for him and everything. But anyways, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. So tomorrow, I think it's going to be the trek on to Illinois. I'm going to call first thing in the morning, see what they say about my application. I put an application in at Holiday Inn, and it's in Pekin, Illinois. It's for housekeeping, and then I want to move myself up to breakfast attendant. So that's my goal, to do housekeeping, and then I'm going to, of course, use my rent discount. So I'll use that while I'm waiting on the waiting list, which should be coming up soon because I think I'm coming into about a year and 3 months, and it's a 2-year waiting list. So if I can just hang in for a little bit longer, and of course everyone, why don't you get you a man? Okay, I don't think the right kind of people are around me if they're saying, why don't you get you a man so you can have a roof over your head? Did we not just have the discussion about how I realized getting married to have a house and a car and kids was not the right decision? So you're going to actually approach to me about, okay, I don't even want to talk about it. Some people are so dumb. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make fun of dumb people because I'm so dumb too. But I'm sorry, I had to call that one out as dumb. Get you a man so you can have a place to live. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Isn't that called a whore? Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought, especially in sometimes when I would, be flipping around at little things, I notice whores are supplied with beds and roofs. Because they gotta fuck them somewhere, right? And then they gotta keep them somewhere so they can fuck them again until they're done with them. And they'll just let them fend for themselves. So, yeah, pretty sure that sounded like the person that was chatting with me was insinuating that I become a whore. So that's not going to happen. So anyways, but I do want to kind of date somebody, like real life. But anywho, maybe it'll happen soon. I hope so. It's too unbelievable. But so anyways, so moving on, tomorrow hopefully I have a automatic deposit that goes into my account. And then I will make further plans on if I'm going to Illinois tomorrow or the next day. So anyways, I'm excited because I know nobody wants me here. I get that. I get it. You don't have to do anymore. I get it. Hands up. I'm fucking out. I'm out. Just tried to do what I thought was right. I really did want the best for my kids. So sorry. I'm out. Don't you worry. I'm clout. I'm out. I'm clout. Don't you worry. I'm out. That's what I'm going to keep singing because I know my life will get better. The further and further away I get from them all, the better it'll be. It's like running away. I should run fast. As fast as my little sofa shoes will take me. Whatcha? I'm sorry, I feel like being so silly because I fucking hate bitches. Threw me under a goddamn fucking bus. Like I was lying. Bitches, you should not have fucked around with me. You should not have fucked around with my money. You should not have fucked around with my life. I promised you guys that. I said I was coming in to do my best and you fucked shit up. You fucked with my money. You fucked with my life. And you fucked with my kids. And I don't even want them. I don't want them no more. So you got fucking problems. Big fucking problems. I'm still at the Walmart, still. Dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink-a-dink. I got my soda. I'm never getting a cappuccino again. I don't ever remember it doing that to me when I was a teenager. I always had a cappuccino in the morning. I don't know. Maybe it was expired powder. Maybe nobody really gets the cappuccino machines that really change the powder out. Because it's got evaporated milk in it. So that would probably explain it. And I don't feel like I got food poisoning or anything. But probably best bet is just stay away from the cappuccino machines. Because that's a really nice gas station. And if that is true, which that would make sense. For it to be expired, it would cause you to have a bad poop. Because I never did have those before. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh my God, my stomach's cramping up. And the only thing I did was I just drank this hot chocolate. My stomach didn't cramp up after I had my Arby's. But it cramped up a little bit after I had my cappuccino. So it's still kind of trying to cramp up. But I don't have any more left inside of me. So it must have been bad evaporated milk. So word to the wise, just everyone stay away from the cappuccino machines. Just don't. I would remember when I said before, if you like felt like you had to go, maybe there was something in there that helped your body like it move through. That's not the right way to help things move through your body. Putting possible, because I don't know what foodborne germ would be in evaporated milk, but if it's expired in there, it's probably not good. Anyways, I hope I don't start throwing up because my stomach really is cramping again. Anyways, don't. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you can see your reflection off of the floor. Do not go to the cappuccino machines. That is a sure sign that no cappuccino machines get checked. That's a powder. You have so many parts. I remember having to clean it. They always had me doing extra stuff that had never been done before. I noticed that. Whenever the jobs hired me, like the ones in Texas and the ones here in Missouri, they would always have me doing stuff that had never, ever, ever been done before. And all of a sudden, it was just assigned my job. It like really fucking pissed me off too. Made me feel like I was getting taken advantage of. Like I remember at the One Roads gas station I worked at, I was like doing like everybody else, just switching jobs, and then all of a sudden Melody had to clean the bathrooms all the time. Twice her shift, Melody had to do bathrooms. And then Melody was only allowed to work in drive-thru, so I only got to stand at the drive-thru window and hand out sodas, which the line never stopped. It was like the creepy line at McDonald's. From the minute that manager walks in that door to the minute she walks out of that door, the fucking car's leaving out of the drive-thru when the manager is walking out of the door locking it. I don't know. I guess that place doesn't have any one grill. Just constantly, you just clean it when you can, because that line never stops. And that was the same thing at that Rhodes drive-thru. All of a sudden, Melody's got to be in drive-thru every day, all that whole 8 hours, when they were supposed to be switching people around. Then Melody has to clean the bathrooms. Nobody else, just Melody, and they'd be fucking nasty too. They're just fucking rude as fuck to me here. Same thing with Food Giant. When I worked at the Food Giant, they were rude as fuck to me there too. I was like, is it okay if I walk to work? And they're like, yeah, because I could not ever get caught up. But I was paying $4.75 for rent, so I couldn't ever get caught up enough to even afford a payment for a car. And then, so everybody's like kind of making fun of me and stuff like that for it. I could even afford a car. I don't understand why you can't afford a car. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't pay $20 for rent in Section 8. I'm sorry. I actually paid real rent and real electric. And I didn't have food stamps. I'm sorry. A car just didn't fit in that budget when I had to take care of everything else. But okay. That's really funny that I can't afford things. That's real fun. Real fun. Funny. That's funny. So, anyways, they would always make fun of me, and then they would put me on like the worst jobs to do, and then all of a sudden I had to clean all the meat blades, and I had to clean down the whole buffet, and I had to clean down all the burners and all the stuff nobody else had to, but that was on Melody's list of things that she had to do. Stuff that had never been cleaned before. All of a sudden, Melody has to clean it. So, yeah, no. I have no respect for anybody in this town. You want to treat somebody like shit, you're going to find out how it feels when you get treated like shit one day. I promise you that. Nobody ever gets away with it. Not their whole life. It happens. And then I wanted to talk about, because you guys know I got the COVID vaccine. So now there's this new sickness out, and I don't know. I will get a vaccine if it comes out. They're saying it's just hitting children, but there's no way it can just only be in children, because children can pass along things to adults. So I think it's probably starting in kids, and then that'll be a sure tell sign to see who's been kind of getting too close to kids or not. Because like any grown up, like I learned my lesson the hard way when I caught a cold for my kids. I was like, I don't think I should be letting you guys take sips out of my drink cup. I'll just get you guys your own cup, because their dad was like, we'll all share, I'm like, the fuck we will. I don't know what you fucking got, and I don't want to fucking catch it. So grow the fuck up, and we all get our own fucking cups. I'll never understand that motherfucker, but anyways. So I learned my lesson after I got sick, and we did not share cups anymore. So that's going to be a sure tell way sign to tell who's messing around and not being responsible around little children. Because if it's starting out, it's probably another strain of the RSV disease. And I wish I could have heard them cough, because you can tell a croup cough. I've taken care of a baby with croup, and I took care of a baby that had the RSV disease. The RSV, you have a cough, and it sounds like a cystic fibrosis cough, where you're like, it sounds like you could cough up and you're like wanting them to spit, like spit it out. But all of that is in their lungs. It's all sitting in their lungs. It's not going to come out. It sounds like a cystic fibrosis cough. I heard one the other day. Any nurse would know, you run. You do not want to be around those kind of children at all. Any good nurse will tell you that. But and then it's like a popular thing. So if you see one child that has it, there's going to be a ton of children that have it, because it's passed really easily. And I don't know. I think I know the nurses say a lot of times the moms will encourage it, because they get like breathing treatment medicines that like give you some kind of a high feeling. And so the moms will bring their kids in sick with this RSV disease to get the medicine. And if the one mom gets, if there's usually one or two moms that comes in with the kids, they get the medicine, and then about within 3 to 4 days, and I watched it physically happen because I was at the hospital as a candy striper, and within 1 to 3 days, the whole pediatrics floor is filled with these kids with the RSV disease, and all the moms are getting the medicine, the breathing treatment medicines to take back. And you don't know if the kids get it. I doubt the kids get the medicine, because the moms really literally do use the medicine to get high off of it. So it is like a more of a lower income type of sickness that goes around. Like, there is some middle class, but from when I was in a candy striper in the hospital, it was more the lower class income that was coming in, bringing their sick kids in there. So anyways, I heard that on a video today, and I was just trying to take it all in, because I remember when COVID hit. And so I honestly did take all the precautions. I do have the vaccine, even though I'm not for sure why the doctors wouldn't let me thank them. And I was like, thank you. And they're literally like running away from me. So I don't know what that's all about, but I'm doing good still. I never caught COVID. I'm just experiencing like allergies, maybe from the mold, or they just did the fields, and I always sound stuffed up whenever the farmers go through the fields. That's just every year. I'm not sick. I never get sick from it. I just get a little stuffy. It's just because there's a little bit more dust. It's literally right, not even a mile from where I'm sitting, is all open field for about 45 miles, going straight out that way. So it's just the fields. But yeah, it's just a really popular thing. And the RSV disease, and then so I think this strain of it, I believe what they're saying, because they're like, it's a mixture of like, because the kids weren't exposed to germs, and that's true. Like, you're supposed to expose your kids to germs. They're not going to get sick. They just build up an immunity. Like, so the germs around them floating around, and inside their body is like this little germ war going on where their body's germs are killing off the warrior germ. Like, I remember it in science class learning about it. So, but like, you don't want your kid exposed to germs all of the time. Like, any doctor will tell you no to daycares, or your kid's gonna be, with runny noses all the time. Like, don't have your kid in big crowds all the time. Like, grown-ups carry a lot of diseases that kids can catch. I mean, hell, you can catch a sexually transmitted disease from sitting on a toilet seat. That's why you will never see me sitting on a public toilet seat that's bare. I will always have it loaded down with paper, because you can actually catch something. You can catch crabs from a toilet seat. You can catch, like, if they have smeared, like, their hepatitis or that gonorrhea, like, all those diseases, you can catch different kinds of things off of them. That's why me, as a home health, I'm really particular about what home I go into, because a lot of people aren't as strict as me on how to take care of themselves. So if I go into a home and I see that you're not taking care of yourself properly, then yeah, and I have every right, yeah, to not work in that home. Because if I feel like I'm going to catch something or pick up a germ to pass along, I don't want to be there. So, and as well as the character, I'm not going to be around. You could have the most immaculate house in the world, but you could be a complete fuck up, a complete degenerate, and I will not work for you. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to waste my energy on people like that. You had to remember, I learned how to build up a wall. So don't abuse it. Don't abuse that. Because, like, I saw it in the comments, that the nasty little comments when I recorded that little boy screaming or little girl screaming. I saw that in the comments, how a couple of people were trying to say, my kids act like that, or you don't know, you can't judge. Hey, motherfucker, I ain't judging, and I ain't claiming to know anything. I just know what my mother instinct felt like, and something was wrong. Something was very wrong. That wasn't a fit because you couldn't have a toy in the store. That was not that kind of a fit. So, like I said, fuck them. They're just giving themselves away. Like, I saw what your little email, your little YouTube name account is. And by the way, why do you guys pick such dumb? Why are you using your real names? Sorry, but sometimes it feels a little funny to have a serious conversation, to talk to Mr. Valentino. Bear likes clouds in the sky, and he floats around, and then he flies down and he helps the bumblebees.com 12469. That's too much. That's way too much. We need to keep it simple. We need to keep it at our names. If you are that scared that your identity is going to go get stolen, then go fill you out that ID me thing. go on irs.gov and you fill out the identity protection. There's I think there's 6 forms altogether. 3 of them you fill it out and you call and you talk to all 3 of those places. The other 3 you fill out, it's all online forms and you fill it out. It's guaranteed to work. Nobody, if you have been identity thefted, you won't ever be identity thefted again. And you'll know it. You'll have to show yourself at places, or if you're on the phone to some places, they're going to have to doubly make sure that it's really you. So that Joe Smo that needs his dope money, and we all know why you guys steal. I mean, come the fuck on. Nobody else is stealing, and that's working and not piddling away on drugs. So, duh. So, anyways, you can't go in and type my name and try and get any motherfucking thing in my name, because that website form, ID Me, I think it's called ID Me. So here's 3 forms that I found out about. Before it was 2. Whistleblower.com. So if you're having a big serious issue, like I was, with being surrounded by, like, not even be able to get a job without them looking at my generations of people that adopted me and seeing how they did things, and then started questioning me about if I had medical problems, if I had disabilities, if I was planning on getting medical compensation, if I had ever signed up for it. Like, whoa, Betsy. I walked in here healthy as a hammer. Don't think I'm gonna fucking piss that away. It took a lot of years to get my health. Don't think I'm pissing it away on a fucking scam like them. They're running with a whole different crowd of people. Like I said, these people make a lot of fucking money doing this shit. It ain't just the generations that got a hold of me. There's plenty of other generations of people that are fucking up the wrong fucking tree. And they'll get caught eventually one day. They'll pay the consequences for it. But yeah, like, I'm sorry, I don't play this fucking game. So there's whistleblower.com. And it'll give you a list of, like, things if there's anything going on. I think, like, harassment in the work. It just had a lot of good points on there. And I was instructed to call it. I didn't even know about it. I was just calling in a little issue that I was having. And I was told I needed to, as soon as I got off the phone, call somebody and talk to make a report for a whistleblower, and he was going to be doing the same from what I told him. So yeah, it was pretty fucking serious. And then OSHA, and that is, say you're in a work environment, and if you get into a work environment and you don't know it's bad, and then it is really unhealthy and really bad, and then you feel as if you're applying for other jobs, but nobody's looking at you seriously because of where you're at, but you can't afford to quit working where you're at to then go find another job. Like, it's got to be a switch, like going from one job to the next. You can call OSHA, and they can help you transition out, because a lot of jobs, they won't understand. You know, it's corporate. They're dealing with information that's relayed from humans, but it's like a general questions. You're asking general questions you're answering general questions on your application, there's not really a spot to like put anything. Maybe they should add that in on applications. Like it doesn't have to be red starred, but it's just like if there's anything that you wanted to include, here's a spot here. Like don't make it like you're desperate and oh take anything, but you just make it like case you need to tell me something, here's a little box. I wouldn't find that offensive. I wouldn't find that offensive at all. I'd probably never fill in the box because I'm just there to really do a good job and do a job and support myself. So I don't know what the problem is, but anyways, so that's what that is. I'm kind of getting tired because I talked so much. Isn't that funny? But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow. My paycheck should be going on to my account, hopefully soon. So I'm trying to spend the least amount of money I can spend and still be doing okay. I'm still so upset that I'm living in my car. Like, I'm still so disappointed in this. But I have to keep focused on it's not my fault. I didn't sabotage this. Anywhere else, I'd be doing just fine. But because I chose to try and interact with my children, the shit show began. So, fuck it. I'm fucking out. I have no remorse. I do not feel one bit bad. Whereas 2 days ago, you could ask me how I felt about the divorce, and I would have said I felt guilty, like I didn't do enough for my kids. But after their fucking words to me, I do not give a shit. And I mean it. I got my soda from Huck's. I still love Huck's sodas. But, like, honest to gosh, my favorite sodas are out of the restaurants. Like, they have the best soda fountains. That's why I'll never cry and complain when it's $2. Well, if people would have stopped stealing fountain sodas, they wouldn't have been $2 or $3. So you better figure something out. That's why I'm gonna keep striving ahead. Like, you're not gonna see me go down the bad path. You're not gonna see me do it. And I think, like, sometimes I feel like that's what the people around me are still so wishing on, like they can't get over it. But it's just making me stronger. It's making me enjoy when I'm high on my vape. It's making me enjoy when I puff on my cigarettes, when I drink my soda. Like, it makes me feel so good. Like, I don't even think about them. I just drift in, like, this land of where I think about only me and how good I feel about myself. So I bet you they hate that even more. Because your haters sure want you, even if you get an ounce of enjoyment, they want to feel like they were responsible for it. You weren't. You were just a small little blurb in my mind where I had to pause everything I was doing because you were there. And then as soon as you were gone, I could get back to what I was doing. And it never had anything to revolve around you. That would really piss them off. That would. I just love pissing off evil people. Oh, who's on? Hello. So I'm just having my talk about being a grown-up, kind of feeling like a bitch, kind of feeling a little bitchy, a little stuck on myself, kind of feeling a little proud. But I'm not trying to be vain and I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm just, oh, and I kind of am pretty impressed that the most normal age for women to speak out about like problems going in their life is like 47, because I'm 46. So I actually am on the right even time track for the scientists. That's actually good. Because I don't want to think of myself as like maybe possibly not real. Like I know I don't feel emotions towards others like I should. Like, I'm very empathetic. I'm not sympathetic. This is to anyone in my life. But I wonder if I could work on being more like sympathetic for when it's appropriate. So when someone, friend or boyfriend is in my life, then I'm more sympathetic than I am empathetic. Does that sound right? Because that is one thing I noticed about the abuse. It can affect you slightly in a way where you're not as emotionally attached. I do notice that. But I also think that in a way you'll regain it. So like, because sometimes I think of myself as like, I'm no longer, my brain is not like an infantile where you're soaking everything in like a sponge, but I am like an adult who just got out and got the chance to learn everything, and I'm soaking everything in like a sponge as an adult. That's what I feel like I'm doing. When I get on the internet and I just start looking up random stuff that would be important to my health, things I need to know, I'll go on ewg.org and I'll be like, oh, I made a quick buy today just because I thought it looked good, and I ran through the ingredients on the back really super quick, and it had like a few good things in there that stuck out to me, so I went ahead and threw it in the cart. But I didn't have a chance to actually pay close attention to what I had just spent my money on. So I'll go out or I'll get on ewg.org and then I'll type in the name of the product, and then it comes up whether it's got like a lot of chemicals that are hazardous to you or if it doesn't. So I do that a lot. And then sometimes like lately, living in your car, there's not really a whole lot you can do, because anybody that drives by, like if I want to have my own little dance party and just start dancing around to some good songs, I can't play my music really loud. I can't sit in one spot for too long. Like, there's a lot of things that you can't do when you're in this situation. But I don't think about the things I can't do. I just think about the things I can do. But again, we're going to go into like how I really got treated badly at jobs around here. And I did talk to companies about it. So it's not like I talked to a company and said, like there was some things that just weren't going on right. And so like they got back with me. So it was nice to have somebody on my side. Woo! Like, it really was. It really felt good. Like, I've been so used to, like, talking to people that didn't care anyway, so I was wasting my breath talking, but I was so tired of having to look around at these people that do not want any good for me. They want me out of this town, like, careless about what I do. don't care to help me. Like, that's not how this town is going to function. It functions on crime, drugs, alcohol, homelessness, child abuse, animal abuse. That's what this town is making its money on. So, no, they're not going to like me at all. Not one bit. So, I don't expect it. I finally put it together. I finally realized what this town is focused on. So, which I thought there was something a little weird. There was like this one YouTube video. If you type in YouTube videos for Sikeston, Missouri, there was like this really weird video. It was almost this lady. It was her there with her kid. It was almost like this lady, to me, this is what I read from it. And remember, I'm not going to be 100% right about this because I haven't actually tried to read people for my whole life. It had just started. And it was mainly to just see how to approach them to get them to buy a credit card. But this lady seemed like she was wanting the storm to happen. Like, she was wanting Sikeston to get electrocuted because it was a lightning storm. And it was almost like she was disappointed because she's like, oh, that one didn't get, that one's far away. Like, I don't know. I could be messed up and saw it wrong. I might have seen it wrong. But to me, it looked like she was wishing for destruction, which I think a lot of people that live here in this town are for. But it's not a proper place for kids. And a town labeled one of the worst towns in America. It wasn't even in Missouri. It was in the worst towns of America. So they condensed it to even, I don't even know if St. Louis, I think St. Louis is included in it, which St. Louis is just like 2 hours from here. Murder capital. It was like a hop, skip, and jump away from here. If you could drive it in 2 hours, you could probably walk it in 2 days if you were that desperate. And you have to think like that. It's already well known to everyone, anybody who goes on and types in Sikeston, Missouri, that article will come up. You don't have to type in anything else but Sikeston, Missouri in your search bar in YouTube. And it comes up one of the worst cities in America. Because they're sick here. What little money they do get from here, they need it to thrive on. But all I see is a lot of bad stuff. The stores usually aren't that busy. But then all of a sudden they'll just get a wave of like an intense rush for like an hour, and then it's back to nothing. I don't understand that. I've been eating ice lately. I wonder why. That's weird. You hear me tap that? Mm-mm. I'm kind of getting tired. It's just so weird. I should have been in a different situation by now. Something's holding me down. So I've got to get to a better environment. Well, that'd be so cute when I have my own place finally. I'm so tired of living like this. I bought another one, two, three. I got 3 fuzzy blankets. So I just bought a new one. I bought a new fuzzy one. So wrap up in 2 of those fuzzy ones. It'll probably be really thick. I was thinking about getting a comforter, but it says, this is what the germ world said. Because even that's why you're supposed to let your bed air out. Don't make it right away because you've got germs that are on your skin. And if you excuse me, if you cover it up with your blanket, then it allows them to like grow. So it's just fucking gross. It's like a little fucking petri dish if you make your bed quick after you get out of it in the morning. But if you wait a while and fluff the blankets up, maybe spray down with, I always like that linen spray, or I'll use body spray because it smells good on your blankets. Just let them kind of fluff there and sit there, and then make your bed a little bit later after you got out of it. It's okay. I remember going into this one person's house. I'm not going to name names because I'm not going to break HIPAA. But I remember going into this one person's house, and they're like, they said something. I was like, oh, what did your other homemaker do? And they like rattled off all this stuff to do, and I was like, okay. And I go, well, I think I'll start out in the kitchen first. And he's like, no, you need to make my bed first. It needs to be made. It hasn't been made since I got up this morning. And I'm just like thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. And I thought, well, should I bring up to him about the article that I read about the germ thing? Because I brought it up to a lady one time before, but she was like, that's ridiculous. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. All I ask you is just to make my bed. I've been sent to some mean people. And so I'm just like, okay, fine. I don't care. I'm just going to make this lady's bed. And then, so the guy, he was just like the same way. I was like, well, I think I'll start out in the kitchen. That wasn't happening. You's gonna start when he said and where he said. Point blank, into discussion. And see, I don't like people like that. I don't like people like that at all. I still am kicking myself. I had this most perfect job in Cape. The most perfectest job in the world. Oh well, it's done and over. You can't get it back. I can't wait to never see this town again. I promise you that. And I don't care. I don't care that I don't. I feel more free now. That my guilt level is actually probably pretty much completely gone by now. Yeah. I'm like double checking because I'm like rethinking back about everything. Nope. I tried everyone. I reached out to CPS workers. I reached out to my own public defender that they gave me. I called lawyers. It would have been really so expensive, and they said it would have been drawn out years. Because if the dad doesn't agree with anything at this point, because it was a judge's decision made, they could drag it out until the kids were like 18 years old, and like it was really bad, like what the attorney had to say to me. And it wasn't just him, like I called quite a few of them, because I just don't get one opinion. Like I listen to you, I nod, I say yes, I take it all in, and then I process it. And if I don't like what I heard, then I'm not going to further any more into whatever that conversation was that I had with a person. So I'm not trying to be smart out here, bitch. I'm just saying I'm going to think about what I fucking do before I fucking do it. I've always done that, and I always will. And no one's perfect. So even somebody who well thinks out things can mess up and make mistakes. I am a good example of a lot of mistakes made. So I have no problems with that. I have no problems. And then let's see what else I was going to say. Oh, I'm kind of more or less disappointed that I see the Munchausen by proxy being really glorified in the healthcare field. Something needs to change. People don't need to be having babies if that's all they're going to do is abuse them. I'm sorry, no. And I realize, yeah, it's America, the land of the free, everybody's doing what they want. But keep your shit show out of sight. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to do that kind of stuff, just keep it out of sight. Nobody... See, people, when they get out... I notice this. And I'm glad the crowds are getting thinner. Remember that congregational group that you'd always have in the halls or in the aisles, and you're trying to shop? But apparently there's a family reunion at aisle 5 through 12. And so you can't really get your shopping done because everybody's hanging out, having their potluck at the store. No one likes that. Like, stop. And it's like gotten less and less. Has everyone noticed that? Like, since the stores, like this past year, I know I noticed it. Like, it's less and less, because you'd walk by and you'd hear somebody cackling like something so funny, or you'd see the old people hanging out, or you'd see some old lady that did not take care of herself, but she thinks she's cute, running around, bending over, having to grab everything off the bottom shelves, because there's some guy that's grocery shopping too. So basically it was like a little fuck meeting site, like dressed up in a mini sundress like you'd wear in the 70s, but she weighs 400 pounds, like that kind of stuff. Who would even want to be around that? I'm sorry, but I can't. I just can't. I can't allow myself to fathom what would be going through a person's head. Because in my mind, when I went through my stuff, I'm in emergency mode. So like I really still am to this minute. I'm in emergency mode. I have enough money to cover tires if I were to get another nail in it. Because remember, this is twice now that I had all of a sudden a nail come up. And you don't see it happening too often. And then, what else was it? So I have enough for some used but new to me tires. And then I have enough if I were to have a breakdown. I have enough to get a tow to at least somewhere. Like I don't have anywhere to go. Like it's just me. I have insurance, just the liability kind. And then I paid for the towing on there too because it was like completely free. It used to be $10 extra on your um bill, but now it's just completely free if you have, well, on my plan anyways. So you got the car insurance, the car towing, or I can flat out just pay for the tow person to tow it to the, just closest parking lot available. Then I don't have like any, like I'm definitely not running to the family that adopted me. I've been running away. I'm gonna keep running away. So I really have to rely on like worker guys, like the guys at the little tire shops, the guys at the salvage yard, the guys at the um mechanic shop. Like I have to trust those kinds of people. I don't have to trust anybody else. So, yep. But I'm getting kind of tired and I got this car really warm, so I don't want to sleep in my sweatshirt. Completely tired. I'm so tired. But at least it makes it easier to fall asleep. When you live in your car, it's good to just make yourself stay awake till you cannot even hold your head up anymore. That way, it won't be as uncomfortable. Because it's really uncomfortable sleeping in the car, I promise you that. This is not a fun trip. But I'm glad everyone that hated me got their laughs in. I always try to be as of some sort of positivity. Rolling my window down, turning my heat off. I've got my keys sitting right there. I've got 3 blankets. That's not bad. Plus the blanket that I sit on top. Yeah, oh yeah, comforters. I was talking about that. Because germs are more susceptible to living inside your comforter than on just a regular blanket. So I decided to just layer blankets and skip the comforter. So I didn't know that. I'd always gotten comforters. Even I would look for those um things when my kids were babies. And they had little baby comforters that would go in that kit for your crib padding, and the little merry-go-round at the top that spins around, and then the or the mobile. It's a little mobile thing, and then you had the bumper pads, and then sometimes you would have a little decorative pillow you could just leave at the side, or like a little stuffed bear. And then it'd come with a little comforter blanket. So I would always have that down. And then it was never like when they were laying on their stomach, it was never enough that it blocked any of their airway. Even when they were newborns, which they didn't move a lot. So when I first had Haley, she was it was really cold in our apartment. And we didn't realize it. And so I ended up getting one of those radiator space heaters to keep the room warm. It was really nice. But yeah. You get the gist of it. I talk too much. Well, I'm not going to suck on my vape anymore because it utterly has me relaxed. I should roll my window up a little teeny bit more, though. Well, I'll do that. I'm going to make my bed and get in the back and sleep for a little bit. Because I don't know if I'll have to wake up and go to the bathroom again. The freaking cappuccino got me messed up. Maybe nobody drinks them, so they don't even think about it. Or maybe that's the reason why nobody drinks them. It's because they never did ever get that powder. You can't fill it all the way up. It's not. Yeah, it'll last for a long time, but I don't think it's supposed to last like that outside of its little container. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was just weird, but anyways, I'm just going to keep doing these lives because, like I said, I'm just done. I'm done. The school did not work, and I'm moving onward with my life, and I can only see good things to come. So I'm going to go to sleep now in my comfy, cozy blanket, and thank you for watching, because you're probably one of my good role models, or if I don't know who you are, I would learn things from you, and we can share things that we know, stuff like that. If you've ever been a victim of Munchausen by proxy, we'd really have a lot in common. So let's just keep strong, and I'll see you later. Bye.